Smiler dies in a rocket that costs 15 bucks. Man, what a way to go out. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Just posting some my stuff to I'm trying to sorry like like Jesse's girl is playing in the next room, so I'm just kind of singing along. Alright. So, here is our plan here. First things first, I'm gonna struggle to pay attention to stream chat and the game at the same time because the game is in full screen mode. So if I go back to settings here, just do that and then hit apply. Ah, there we go. Much better. Okay, cool. So then we just kind of go back to What is wrong with my buttons? Yeet. Ah! Oh no, I did something wrong. Okay. Oh. Aw, shit. Alright, there we go. Okay, cool. Just kinda gotta... God fucking damn it. Okay. We're just gonna move the screen to right there. That's good. Okay. Where can I set my phone here? So that way I can watch stream chat. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Alright, so. Welcome to Kerbal Space Program. If you guys don't know this game, this is a, space game. You go to space. Our goal today is to try to make, or at least start a space station in space around Earth or Kerbin here. So let's just go to our VAB. If I do open VAB, yeah, there we go. I started on something yesterday. According to the instructions of a. See, I have to. Oh, jeez. So if you guys hear like background noise of like another YouTube video, that's what it is. So, all right. How to build a space station in KSP? There you go. There you go, and that's the one I was watching. Let's see here.
Set it until the center tanks are center of each other.
What? Are you telling me to... Are you telling me to turn on no clip? What the hell? Hold on a minute. What's going on here? What'd you do?
Want the fuel, otherwise it'll be a waste, so go ahead, empty that.
What?
Of the space station. Now I've used a couple of modules for this, you can use something else, but I think this one looks excellent
kind
for
of
our space
watching
station.
a.
Next, let's get the.
Oh, jeez. I kind of do need the. I kind of do need a decoupler there, don't I? Wait, is it a decoupler that he got? Coupling engines. Oh no, he got a reaction wheel. There you go. Yeah, it's been like years since I played this last. I had it on my old computer for a while, and from there I just kind of it stopped working on my old computer. Like I got like so many mods and everything on it. Some textures wouldn't load, and then from there everything just kind of went all to, you know, hey, I don't want to play you anymore.
Advanced reaction wheel. That's to help to orientate the space station when you're docking other modules to it. Okay, now here for the docking module, I'm using the Rockomax X200 fuel tanks.
Rockomax X200 fuel tanks. Enter search. There we go. Haha. Oh, so they did. All right, so they changed the things on it. Okay, I'm not done then. Good. What's with my? I was about to say, like, what's with my wing? Why is a winglet in engines? It's like it's not.
But however, we don't want the fuel, otherwise it'll be a waste. So
We don't want the fuel. Okay. Guess we don't need the fuel and. You know what? Variant orange. Wait, can I? Let's see. Lights on. Lights off. Alright, back to our
go ahead,
tutorial.
empty that. Now hold down Alt, click on the tank, gives you a copy. Now place the tank on the side. This is where the little tricks come in handy. And we copied that tank because both of them are now empty. So it's rather.
And then he said to. No, don't copy anything. Stop. Right, and then he did like tool rotate. So like part to rotate. He did this. He went bam, and then he did a kaboom. And just kind of put it up here. One more. There you go. Why does this not look symmetrical? I mean, what are you gonna do about it? Stop. I don't want to rotate any of the tools. Place. There you go. Alright. It's gonna be a while before
Don't
we
have to
actually
keep
go
on
into
emptying the
space.
tank. Now using the rotate tool, rotate it 90 degrees. Now the offset tool, offset it and tip on each side.
Oh,
And
you
both tanks creating sort of like an X, or a plus sign I suppose is better to call it.
Alright, and then we need some docking ports. Junior, senior. Go on. Go on the thing. Oh, for Jesus Christ. Oh, wait. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, so I just... It's a struggle with Kerbal Space Program sometimes, you know. There we go.
Now what we can do by here is add the docking ports. I'm using the senior docking ports by here. Place one on each side. And now that we've done that, copy the fuel tank we've just put the docking ports on and place it as such so that we can have docking ports on all four sides.
Yeet. Alright, here we go. Fuck. That's the opposite direction. That's still not right. There you go. Fine, I'll just recycle that piece and then just go boom. Yeah. What the hell? Is that all? No, I just want one. No, I made it do 2-piece. I just want the one. Just go boom. There we go, cool. Alright. What next, Mr. Orbator?
Space station. Now what you have to do is do the offset tools, make sure that you get a center, otherwise you'll have problems launching this up into orbit. Okay, a little to the left by here. Oh, left please. And hey presto, we have our docking module. Oh, one more thing. We need another docking port at the bottom of the space station. Now this is for something to dock to the space station.
Yeah. Chat's pretty quiet. Y'all okay? Crew. Hey, Jebediah is our pilot. Well, he's not really our pilot. I think we need to put like some kind of robot to
It's not
control
entirely
everything from the
necessary, but you can
outside.
expand your space station, or you can
Realistically,
have your ship
probably.
dock there. Okay, this is what we want into orbit. However, we do need some power for this module, for the
Oh, yeah, we
SES
need-
module.
Yeah, you need a. Of course, you can't go into space if you don't have. You can't go into space. See, and then we I would like to extend them to make sure they look right, please. Or did I place them wrong? I wish I could zoom in on the ship itself. Let me do that, please. There you go. Okay, cool. I think I did it wrong. What is he using?
So we have our docking module. Oh, one more thing. We need another docking port. Necessary, but you can expand your space station, or you can have your ship dock there. Okay, this is what we want into orbit. However, we do need...
Box stat photo of it. Okay. I guess this is what we put on our ship here.
some power for this module, for the SES module. So let's put some 54. Attach 4 up there, attach 4 down here.
Okay. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm hoping that this little part, that like the middle part here, that just kind of doesn't screw up the ship's balance when launching.
And
it.
let's get some batteries because we do pass in the dark side of Kerbin where we'll
Is it- Yep, Kerbal Space Program, the only game I know of where real batteries are used on like on the side of a spaceship. So yeah, like, you know, Kerbal Space Program's a game where you kind of go in, you launch spaceships, and we're just
not get any solar electricity. Okay, that's it.
we're just
That is the core of the space station.
Yeah,
Nice simple build. However, we do have to go ahead and build the rocket to get up into orbit.
Yep.
So here we go. First off, decoupler, the Rockomax brand.
all right. Never underestimate the power of a AA battery. That is a very good point. That is an extremely good point. Where the hell is... Oh my god. What was it? Rocco Max brand decoupler. I need a decoupler. What did he use? Did they seriously remove
the
it?
rocket to get up into orbit. So here we go. First off, decoupler.
Rocco Max brand decoupler. Rocco Max brand. Adapter. Wow, okay, I'm starting to get a little scared now because the tutorial I'm using is so old. They've removed the Rocco Max decoupler. And now I don't know what I need to use then. The manufacturer found lying by the side of the road. What do I use? They're all the same ejection port. I don't know. Obviously not that one. Apparently this one.
The Rocco Max brand decoupler. Now let's go ahead and put a fairing around it. Okay, that'll be in payload. I'm using the medium size.
Ah, yes. Yes. Ah, nice. You can see it. All right, so we've got our thing all protected and stuff from overheating. Goes into space and then everything kind of pieces off together. Can I change the color of this? Because I kind of made our flag like that, but I don't really know.
Bearing that we can build on this thing. Just cover the entire thing, because the aerodynamics do matter.
Let me retry this coupler. Yo, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, like it's kind of meant more for like protecting like the actual rock, like the actual piece of the thing inside, because you know, like you can't just straight up launch this into space. This would be like absolutely horrible aerodynamics. So that's why you have the little shell on the outside.
Matter when you're launching into space on this.
Yeah.
Okay, for the clamshell as well. Just because I like the sections to be detached at three sides.
I always wondered how to make my ships not look like shit. Huh. Well, I don't know how to make my ships not look like shit either. That's why I'm watching a tutorial. And then he's just getting more,
Now, with every rocket, you have to build it in reverse. So, because we're going to be reusing this rocket, I put a probe core there, a Rocco Max.
Yep, okay. See here, get another coupler. Let's see. But at least yours is aerodynamic. That's fair enough, I guess. It, you know what the best part about this rocket? Jebediah is piloting it. Jebediah is piloting our ship. That's always the good
Max
thing.
X200 fuel tank, and then
Yeah, and then just gotta grab our engine. Hell yeah, Jebediah, Team Jebediah.
Poodle engine that'll get it finally into its parking orbit.
Yeah. Need like a tiny liquid fuel engine. That's too small. That's also too small. Is there just like a tiny like just regular? That's too big. Use this. Electric propulsion system. Rapier engine. I think I just might use this. Yeah, there we go.
Now we can put a
Okay, and then we get more decouplers. See, structural. No, it's in coupling. Bam. Rocket. Rocket launcher. Ooh, rocket launcher.
couple there, because we're going to do the main boosters. I decided to go for the orange.
Yeah, got the main boosters. What did he use? I decided to go for the orange.
200 fuel tank, and then a Poodle engine that'll get it finally in.
Wait, did you say a poodle engine? Hold on. Fuck. Poodle engine? Dawn, Rhino, Spider, Terrier, their Reliant, Swivel, Puff, Skipper, Mainsail. Hey, it fits. Nice. So they certainly changed a few things around since I've last played this game, because when I last played this game, this kind of made sense to me.
Now we can put a decoupler there, because we're going to do the main boost.
You guys are wondering why all the rocket is like orange like this? It's because the thing here is orange.
Boosters. I decided to go for the orange tank, just because it has the classics of Caspi in it.
And then you get
And
some
obviously-
mainsail. Okay. Mainsail. Bam! Most of this stuff.
Use the mainsail engine because this has the much needed thrust to weight ratio that you're going to need for some of the modules that we're going to get into orbit.
And of course, you need a radial.
Okay, now use these
You need a radial decoupler. Yeah, like 4 of them. And then where is he putting them?
radial
Oh, he's putting them on the bottom. Okay. There we go.
decouplers, and then I think we use
Ah, I didn't mean
the
to make that.
FLT 200 fuel tanks.
Yeet.
And I think we'll stack them too high. That'll give us enough fuel.
Come on. Go on the rocket, you piece of shit. Go on the fucking rocket. Go to space. There. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Fuel for the boosters. Or the boost.
And then the swivel engines.
Boosters, I'm using the swivel engines because that gives you extra control.
And nose cones. Because nose cones are cool. So I like this. Aerodynamic. Aerodynamic, lightweight, and mostly non-explosive. As a reminder to all personnel operating nearby, this part is really sharp, and it probably hurt if you fell on it. Hear all that, you Kerbals down there? Don't fall on these nose cones. They're kind of sharp.
And don't forget the nose cones for those boosters. Right, don't forget the struts as well. That'll make sure that those boosters don't wobble about. And of course the staging is out, so let's make sure the main rocket...
Right. Of course. Gotta strut it. I just like symmetry, you know? Alright, so...
Okay, and the booster rockets fire at the same time. The booster rockets decouple first, then the main rocket, then the orbit rockets fires up into the final orbit, and then decouples from the station. Also, we need to check to make sure that we have enough thrust-to-weight ratio in the atmosphere. Yep.
He did something else there. He did some fueling. Right. These are... No, I want these rockets to fire first. They decouple. That decouples. Let's see here. These decouple all at the same time. That rocket fires. That decouples. This thing comes off. And that decouples. Okay.
I use the Kerbal Engine Redux mod. Don't have to have it, but I suggest you go look up and install it. Right, some launch stability enhancer.
Yep. I would greatly prefer it if my rockets and these things like launched at the same time, please. That way I didn't have to hit like the button.
And some winglets at the bottom of the rocket.
Ah. There we go, okay. So, alright, here we go, and then winglets. Ah! Oh no! Shite. I did a goof. Off! Fuck off! No, I gotta go back through this shit again. There we go. And then aerodynamics, get that nose cone on. Structural, get these bad boys back on them. Okay. Ah.
Okay, this rocket is just about ready for us to get into orbit. Just some solar panels and some batteries for the main rocket, just in case we run out of juice as we're getting into orbit. And
Electric power, yeah. Just trying to get some power. Don't underestimate AA batteries. Wise words of a great man. Don't disturb.
we want the orbit stage in any case. So I happily named it Space Station 1 just because.
Okay, we're just gonna. So you just add a transport rocket model for the Finch Space Station. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. And apparently I think we're ready to go to space.
Because this is a tutorial, so I'm not going to be inventive when naming. And oh yes, and if you go to the sub-assemblies tab, as I just did, drag the orbit rocket that we.
Aha. You know what? It's fine. I just like rebuild like whatever's in there, I guess, every time.
We've just built, and type in Space Station Rocket D1, just in case we go through other iterations of this rocket, rated for a 2010 into space orbit, I think, payload. And that is where I rated this rocket for. Okay, now that is done, all you have to do is perhaps auto-strut everything, because we do have the tendency of getting rocket wobble as we're launching
Auto strut. What is he doing?
into orbit. I decided to do it for everything.
Is he like auto strutting this? How does he auto strut? How do you auto strut? Damn it, what'd I do? No more motherfucker! Please. Oh, thank God, okay. You know what? I don't know how he's auto-strutting.
On this, I skip a bit of the video here because otherwise it's a long process. Just go ahead, auto strut everything. And lastly, just make sure that your staging is correct. You want the booster right.
Yep, staging's gotta be right. This all decouples. That fires, that decouples. Wait, why don't I just... go boom. Yeah, there's no rocket in, there's no, like, engine in there.
rockets, and the main rocket to fire first with the launch stability enhancers. And here on the launch pad, we are going into orbit. So here's how you do it. First off, put the SAS on full thrust.
Save. Alright. Let's go to space. This is probably gonna be like a multiple thing stream series. So like, don't like fully expect me to like finish the rocket today. Alright, Jebediah. Are you ready to go to space? Let's go ahead and put on that SAS. Full thrust. And then, alright. This looks like it costs at least $17. I mean, it's not NASA grade, but you know. Alright. We are ready for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, I might want to actually
And launch. Okay, we have Valentina Kerman here on the pilot seat. This is what we call a gravity turn. As soon as you launch, pitch over to the right or east, so we get a little extra speed boost from the rotation of Kerbin. I sped this video up to show you exactly what I'm doing. As soon as you see the aerodynamic effects on the rocket, just lower down the thruster speeds to about 1/3, I think, and as soon as you get rid of those boosters, as soon as they're empty.
right. I did this wrong then. See, once this is empty, well, once these are empty anyways, they decouple. Once this is empty, it decouples and fires that rocket. Okay, cool.
Perhaps you could throttle up a bit more, but while you're doing this, turn over to the east slowly over time. At about, I don't know what rate there is. You need to do this yourself and try to get your efficiency of getting into orbit as best as possible. Now, this does vary for each rocket. Sometimes you have higher payloads. Getting into orbit idea is getting through the thickest part of the atmosphere, and then you can turn over to get into your orbit trajectory. Now, I'm putting the station at about 150 kilometer orbit. Okay, the main rocket is finished there. A little bit over, but we can correct that after we're in orbit. The main thing, don't get the perfect orbit on the first burn. What you want to do is get into a stable orbit that you can correct any miscalculations or misburns after you're in orbit. And you can see here I'm just going to try and get into orbit at 150 kilometer from my periapsis, and then we can correct the orbit after. Also note by here, you see the estimated burn time. What you want to do is burn half the time before that maneuver node and half after. By here I messed it up and I purposely left her in, because at this burn, even though I'm a little late for doing the burn halfway before and halfway after, we still are able to get into an orbit that we can correct after. That maneuver node, just count it as a guide. You'll see, not perfectly circular. I will leave you guys to figure out create a maneuver nodes to get.
Alright, so how do I adjust my boost then? Okay, throttle. left shift and left control. So I think, yeah, shift is up, control is, yeah, control is down. Okay, cool. So, yep. Okay, cool. All right, now we are ready for launch. In 3, 2, 1. Jebediah, are you ready? Let's see here. Go. Boys, we are going to space. Let's see here. Our first rockets are dead in 3, 2, 1. Let's see here then. Let's make sure. We're almost in orbit. I'll fix this a little bit. What am I doing? Alright. This is like actually kind of stressful. Okay, we're in orbit. Okay, first main rocket. Done. We're in orbit. How you feeling, Jebediah? This is great. This game is so fake. Earth is flat. SMH. Yeet. I mean, once I get it into like a good enough orbit, I guess. I mean, I don't really want it to be exactly perfect. Not everybody's gonna have a a perfect launch every time they do this. But we are almost in orbit. Around Kerbin. Ah, see, that's where you're wrong. Because this isn't Earth, this is Kerbin. So... Alright. Alright. And... let's stop burning. I'd say that's pretty good. 160 by... nah. It's not absolutely 100% perfect. So... boys, welcome to freaking space. Those will disappear at some other. Those will give you away at some other point. So let's see here. Isn't Earth beautiful? All right. Isn't this great? Alright. How do I get out of this view? Wait. We're gonna save the game. Finch in space. Okay. How to get out of... Let's see, okay. Bam! Those will fall out of orbit at some other point. I hope. Probably. I didn't really think like getting that part out of I didn't really think about getting that part out of orbit, but so here we are in orbit. Jebediah's in space. I'm just gonna actually, you know, I just kind of want to put this back into. I don't think I could put this back into. Yeah, I can't. Okay. Well, we're in space.
Get yourself into a perfect circular orbit is just creating maneuvering the same as getting to orbit, just for raising and lowering your periapsis.
Oh yeah, that's something I could have done if I just go to. If I just hit tab. Switch between spacecraft when very close. I just want to get that thing out of space. Let's see here. That's something else. Here we go. So we're just gonna. Oh yeah. I didn't put a separate control unit on that, so we're just kind of stuck there. They'll come out of orbit eventually, I think. Yeah, there they go. So now we're getting ourselves some charge. Just gonna go ahead and save this. Then we can go back to the Space Center at some point.
About this. Come on guys, it's easy enough. Anyway, boosting the main rocket that got us into orbit away. Make sure the station's pointing north. That way it makes things easier to dock to. And deorbiting the rocket probe thingamajiggy just to make sure that we don't have all the space junk cluttering up our space lanes, because we're going to send it more up into orbit. And here we go. After the probe explodes, let's go back to the space station. Okay, what I've decided by here is that we'll build the solar and heatsink array. Yes, the white panels are heat sinks to dissipate heat. Okay, this is a very simple build.
Alright, so real quick, save game, and then go back to the Space Center. So if I go to the tracking station, I will see in orbit Finch Space Station mod. Finch Space Station transport model. Bam. Amazing. Just go back to the VAB. Oh, right. I'm watching my other stream. Right. And save. And then we're going to start a new ship. This one.
First off, a probe core, because we want...
I didn't mean to make it...
to be able to dock this to the space station. A docking port to actually dock it. And right now I'm looking for the C7 brand adapter, if I could find it. Sinks to dissipate heat. Okay, this is a very simple build.
Right. This one's more robotic controlled, so...
First off, a probe core, because we want to be able to dock this to the space station. A docking port to actually dock it. And right now I'm looking for the C7 brand adapter, if I could find it. And here... we are going to empty the fuel out of it. This just to change the size of what we're going to attach to it. Now by here, I'm going to rotate it to make it a bit easier to attach the struts to. And if we could go to the structural and get the struts, symmetry to 4, right on the
settings. Alright, cool, fixed it. Alright, back to this. Right, just gonna go close that.
Edge. Make sure you got a snap angle on that. Make sure that it looks lined up. And if you're having trouble attaching things there, rotate the parts to the way you want to attach it, and now hold down Alt and just hover over the connection node, and it
can't figure out how to do auto struts. How to auto strut KSP. Advanced tweakables options and into the game. Oh wow, cool, thanks. So I just do, well, you know what. Right, so I don't know, I can't remember what this was.
and it'll attach. Obviously, don't forget to do auto strut to heaviest part. Now I'm going to attach some solar cells, because we're not going to have the solar panels open until we attach it to the space station. Some back.
I should make a song about that. Don't underestimate AA batteries. They provide your spaceship with power. AA batteries, made in the USA. I think Duracell. This is so sad. Alexa played Country Roads.
Trees, because we're always passing the dark side of Kirby. Then don't forget the large Gigantor solar panels. Obviously, I put symmetry to 1 here, because bit of symmetry to true, it automatically go back to 4 when I'm trying to attach it.
Ah. Jesus Christ. Get better. Remember to let her into your heart, and you can start to make it better.
Okay, everything will be off center if you attach your solar panels as I did, but it's not too far off. Right, for the thermal control systems, as they're called on this, the large one seems to be a bit too big, so I decided to go with medium, just attached to there, and yes, they're off-center as well. But I'm using the offset tool to try to center them as best as possible. What you can do if you're fussy,
He's like telling me to get these things, and I don't know what they're for. Right. What now, Mr.
turn
Orator?
the snap angle off. That'll give you finer control. As you can see, with snap angle on, it seems to snap in a certain way. But if you turn snap angle off, you can see that you can do some fine movements with them. Let's go ahead to the top panels as well. I could have done that with the solar panels, but I didn't bother at this point. Right, now what we want to do is some way of docking this, because we've actually got no control over this other than the probe core, which will allow us to rotate it. What we need is an RCS system, so let's go to fuel tanks, put the center of mass on as a...
What? I did that. I did that way before you told me to do anything, and then you said to do that before.
guide. Now we can't attach the monopropellant tanks to the struts because they'll be off center. So attach them to the tank that we have on there. Now what we want to do is have the RCS about the same distance on the top and the bottom, and obviously we're gonna have problems here. We're gonna have to use offset tool, but the idea by here, guys, is to make sure that the RCS thrusters are at the same distance between the center mass. So I use my finger normally, judge the distance from the center mass to the top thrusters and into the bottom thrusters. Okay, what I realized here is that the probe...
Okay. Where are my RCS thrusters? There they are. Alright, like grab the whole rocket here. Just kinda flipped it.
Core is the wrong way round, so let's do some editing. Probe core change, solar panels change place. There you go, the probe core is now pointing when we flip it this way around. Otherwise, when you launch a rocket, the nav will be showing you pointing to the ground. Okay, by here.
ourselves the other rocket here. I think we're almost ready to go to launch now. Let's go ahead and save this.
Here the staging was incorrect, so I corrected the staging and again saved the sub-assembly. Hopefully the staging will be correct every time we attach the rocket, however, for some reason it wasn't. But I do note that I forgot to auto-strut everything on the main rocket and then save the design. So
See here. Here, save that. Yeah, okay. Sweet.
by here, don't copy me, just auto-strut everything, then save the subassembly, perhaps save it as subassembly version 2. And obviously don't forget to rebuild the thing, otherwise your main parts will be sticking out the rocket at the top. Now that is built, ready for launch, don't forget to save your design, Space Station 1, power module, and then to launch. Okay, this is going to be the tricky one. We now have to get into orbit, and we also have to rendezvous and dock with the main space station. So first off, go to the map view, look for the space station, click on it and set as target. Now we've got a target that we can rendezvous and dock to. Right.
Alright. Hardest part of the stream so far, trying to rendezvous and dock with our main space station core. See here. Set as target. Go and pause it.
Right, that's in 150 kilometer orbit. So what we want to do is to get into 100 kilometer orbit under it and try to save time. With that, what you want to do is fast forward time until the space station is just above you. And I'm fast forwarding to make sure that we're in sunlight as we're launching up, so we can see everything that goes on. Right, nearly there. Okay, the space station has just passed over us. This might be the best time to go to launch.
Fuck. Well, then I guess we're, right.
Let's go ahead and launch. Again, the same thing with the previous launch. You want to straight away turn east on the nav ball, or if you want, right. And obviously when you see the aerodynamic effects, slow down your thrusts by 1/3. And then once you decouple those boosters, go to full thrust. Now we're aiming for 100 kilometer height. As soon as you get there, kill your thrust and create your orbit maneuver node, making sure that you stay at the 150 kilometer mark because that is the height we want to go to. Decouple the fairing to save a bit of weight. And as you can see, we have a lot more fuel in our main stage to get into orbit. And that's good because we have a much lighter load with this, as we have a single fuel tank and just some struts as our main power module. Another thing to note by here, I did say to burn half before and half after the estimated burn, but I suggest that you burn it a bit earlier, because if you're going to stage, the game doesn't work out that your next stage isn't as powerful as your first stage that you stage trying to get into orbit, or do your maneuver node. So please do plan for that. And then once you get into orbit, now what you want to do is create a maneuver node in front of your spacecraft. And as you create the maneuver node to get into the orbit height of your station, you see the intersect markers appear. Because the intersect markers aren't close, what I'm doing by here is dragging the maneuver node around on the orbit, where you can see that after we pass over the craft, they jumped back. So what you want to do is right click and hit add an orbit. And then when you can then get the closer approach. You can see we can get about 4.2 kilometers close. Where I set mine to 10 kilometers, so I can show you a technique that we use if you can't get any closer than that for some reason.
I'm confused. Alright. Well, we're just gonna go for it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's try this again. Alright. Launching the rocket, take 2. Fuck, do I have to wait for it to get over here again? Ah! I have to wait for it again. Good grief. For fuck's sake, I had to do it again. Alright, there we go. That's exactly what we're looking for right there. Alright. We're gonna do this correctly this time. And launch the rocket this way. Go. Oh, SAS. We've got a lot of wobble going on here. Oh, fuck. God damn it. No. You guys just want to watch it blow up? It's aerodynamic, at least. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. I might need to strut some stuff. We're strutting stuff. Got a lot of, yeah. Alright, let's hope I got it right this time. It's really top heavy. It's very top heavy. Oh fuck, I had to wait for the space station to come around again. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. No. Point up. Point up. I want to die. You know, let's just call a stream here. Just kind of say screw it. I'm not putting up with this. And we'll play something else some other time. So, yeah. If you guys like this stream, leave a like, leave a comment, do something to support the channel. I'll see everybody in the next stream. Goodbye, and have a great day.